In today's episode, we are going to look at the top three companies that can do really well for this FY 2025-26. Now, why do I say this? Is because we had the massive correction that happened from September to now, and we are also seeing new emerging sectors that are coming out and playing for India's next growth phase, right? Now, yes, India is definitely going to go into a growth phase. Our inflation is at an all-time low. Our GDP can be pushed a little higher. Our interest rates can come down to increase the growth of our country as well. So let us look at what will be the key beneficiaries, which sectors, which stocks, what are the technicals of it, and we'll just understand from a fundamental standpoint. Please understand this is not a buy or sell recommendation, so don't waste your money and put your money in this without doing your own research. I am just doing my research and doing giving a video here. And just to give full disclosure, whatever stocks that I have shown in this video or I will discuss in this video, I do not hold any stakes in these stocks. Okay, so just to make it very clear, so let's quickly begin. Now, before we get into the video, let me tell you the top 5 skills that are the highest paying in 2025, and it's going to come on your screen now. Number one is data analysis at 38 lakhs per year. Number two is personal branding at 30 lakhs a year. Number three, business strategies for 40 lakhs a year. Content creation is 20 lakhs a year, and artificial intelligence is almost 50 lakhs per year. And obviously, we all know that in 2024, we saw the boom of artificial intelligence and also that supporting all the other categories here as well. Now, if you are planning to increase your skill in all of this in the year of 2025, it will definitely be highly beneficial for all of you. Now, what if I tell you all of the above skills you can master in just 180 minutes absolutely for free without paying even a single rupee? Now, this is a beautiful partnership that I have with a company called Growth School, where they give me free seats for my audience so that they can go and learn for absolutely free. You don't have to pay even a single penny on this. Interesting, right? Because this entire thing, I'm going to put the link in the description, is going to cost you 15,000 rupees if you had to actually buy it and go attend it. But because of you being my audience, you will get it for absolutely free, no questions asked at all. And you will learn data analysis, content creation, brand building, business strategies, artificial intelligence. So if you are a person looking for a job or already in a current job, this becomes highly beneficial for you to just upskill yourself for free. As I say, the world has a lot of knowledge, a lot of information. So if anyone is giving you free knowledge and free information, you should definitely take it and grab it with all your hands, right? Now, this session will be also conducted by top pioneers of experts in the field of AI. So that is something that is going to be there as well. There is no harm in doing this because there's no cost to it as well, just your time. And if you can do this, then more than 2 million people have actually got training for this as well. So I'm going to put the link in the description. Go join it. It is only limited seats because I don't have unlimited seats for my audience as well. So all the people who go in first come first serve basis will get the seats and will actually enjoy the benefit of this entire training session. Okay, chalo, let's get back to the video. Now let's look at Nifty again. Now, Nifty has just completed the price correction from top to bottom, and now it is breaking out from its downward spiral and slowly creating a new trajectory, right? Now, usually what happens is after a price correction, there is a time correction, but here we have not seen that happening. Usually it just consolidates and then slowly goes up again. I don't think we will hit 26,000 anytime soon. We might take almost a year to come back to this point because we're very, very, very far away from 26,000, right? We're at 23,000. It will not go up in a straight line like this, right? It will go up and down, up and down, up and down. And you know that Trump is opening his mouth 50 times in a week, and because of that there is huge volatility in the market with tariffs and all of that. I personally believe that nothing is going to happen with tariff. I think it's a little overblown in my opinion. So I'm just going to look at India as a whole. I'm not even going to look at US or Trump or whatever, right? So I believe there are few sectors that will do extremely well, few companies that will do extremely well in the next 1 year. The next 1 year by mean April 1st to March 31st. Okay, that is what I mean by next, basically 4 quarters. Now, there are some decadal themes that are going on. What are some decadal themes? There is a wealth management team that is doing really well. Pharma is going on in its beautiful bull run right now. I think chemicals have just started. But I also feel if you look at the local theme that is playing out right now with people getting extra 1 lakh rupees income, I feel India theme is going to play out with respect to consumption and consumer discretionary consumption is going to happen, where people are going to start buying expensive things. People are going to start buying EMI stuff, right? So that is where I feel the next game is. Now, the first company I want to show you guys that I feel is absolutely phenomenal, which will do really well, is a company called Bajaj Finance. Now, yes, let me just remove all the drawings because I do a lot of drawings on this. So Bajaj Finance, if you look at it very closely, had a massive time correction. Now, if you look at this, it went on for a very long period of time. So from its high of September 2021, it broke that in Feb 2025. So almost 3 years of just time correction. It just went up and down, up and down. Now, this company, mind you, is one of the fastest growing NBFCs in India, right? But now it has taken a massive correction. Now this is where I say that sometimes, okay, if I just show you Bajaj Finance, this is where I say that sometimes markets are irregular, mispriced, right? As Warren Buffett had said once long time ago, that markets are sometimes mispriced, and that is where the opportunity lies. I feel this is where the opportunity is there right now, mainly because if you look at this, right, Bajaj Finance has been one of the fastest growers in the industry. If you look at the 10-year CAGR of this company, it is 36% compounded over 10 years. Yes, past performance doesn't mean future performance, but it has been doing really well. Now the problem is, why did it correct so much for so long, right? Price correction of 3 years is just insane. It is too much. And if I look at it from a price to book perspective, you will see that from a price to book perspective, it was at an all time low. So what is the problem here? So a lot of people would assume that maybe, Shashank, the sales was not great, the company did not do really well, that is why the price correction usually happens, or time correction also happens, mainly because of these reasons. But if you look at Bajaj Finance, just from a profit and loss statement from 2021 to 2025, or TTM, trailing 12 months, you will see that the revenue has gone from 26,000 to 66,000, almost three times. It has gone from profit of 6,300 to 22,000, almost four times. And the net profit has gone from 4,000 to 16,000. Even if I take COVID year, it has gone from 5,000 to 16,000, which is still a 3x jump. So a 3x jump in revenue, and maybe the price went up too fast. That is why it's correcting. But I don't see it stopping anytime soon. Why do I don't not see it stopping anytime soon? Because if you actually look at the PowerPoint presentation of Bajaj Finance, if India is going to start its journey of consumption, this company is going to do phenomenally well, mainly because this company is integrated across the ecosystem. Literally everywhere across the ecosystem, this company has been integrated right now. Mainly why? Mainly because this company's products are there in every single department, not just the consumer space. A lot of people also think it's just consumer. It is not just consumer. It also operates in the retail space. It also operates for SMEs. It operates in literally every single space, right? So that is why I believe that this company is one of those companies that will do phenomenally well in the next 4 quarters. If I can show you, let me just go into that presentation. There is one slide, and I'm just going to pause on that slide for maybe 15-20 seconds, right? Just look at this slide. All these are okay. We already know this slide. Just look at this slide. This is the product suite. First of all, I don't like these colors. I don't know why they spend so much money on. They have the most amount of money on this. It's just black and white. Is just weird. But if you look at this company, in the consumer products, they are there literally everywhere. If you look at SME, they are there because SME is also growing in India. Commercial, they are there everywhere. ESOP financing, IPO financing, loan against securities, everything that is there in this is there. They're also a part of the rural space. They're also part of deposits, payments, their bonds, partnerships, every single place they have been integrated. So most likely when the Indian consumption boom happens, Bajaj Finance will be the direct beneficiary of this entire boom. That is number one. Now coming to number two, they have a subsidiary of Bajaj Housing. So if I go up here and check their company here, you can see that Bajaj Holdings is the holding company. I own this, right? I own the holding company. Bajaj FinServ is below that, which also owns the Alliance Group now. I mean, the Alliance Group has gone out, so they own the entire insurance stack, general and life. Then we have Bajaj Finance coming here, and then they own Bajaj Housing and Bajaj Financial. So I know Bajaj Finance is going to do really well. But because of this, and because of the extra additional income that will come out in the market, my number two company that will do really well is a housing finance company. So one, we have looked at the entire payment stack. Second, I want to look at the fastest growing housing finance company. Now there are multiple housing finance companies. As you can see, there's Bajaj Housing, PNB Housing, LIC Housing, which is one of the biggest housing finance company with respect to volume. As you can see, the sales is 27,000, and this guy's only at 9,000 crore sales. I feel Bajaj Housing is one of the fastest growing companies out there, right? If you look at the profit and loss statement, you will see that this has grown at a tremendous rapid pace. Whether it is a bad year or a good year, whether the interest rate cycles were high or low, it did not matter. And with the interest rates going down very soon, I believe that the housing sector will start doing really well. And a lot of people are also bullish on the real estate sector, right? So I feel that this is again going to create a massive growth trigger for this company, and they're well capitalized. They have a good backing with a good name. So I think both Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Housing will do extremely well, only because of the entire consumption boom that is happening right now. These are the two sectors. Again, they're completely different. One is in housing finance, one is in the payment stack. But these two companies, I feel, for the next 4 quarters should perform really well. Now, the reason why Bajaj Housing has fallen down a lot, mainly because it was extremely overvalued when it came out with its IPO, right? So the price to book of this company was sitting at almost 6.4, 6.5, and that is why people did not appreciate it or like it, because nobody's going to pay this kind of a premium for a housing finance company. If you look at even the biggest housing finance company, even though obviously the biggest housing finance company is not the fastest growing, if you see their price to book is at 0.94, right? I think 0.94 is a bit too much, too low. I think it should be a little higher, but you can see that they're not extremely fast growing as such, right? So that's why I feel Bajaj Housing Finance should do well from a fundamental standpoint. From a price standpoint, I absolutely don't care about the price, mainly because price is a derivative of the fundamentals. If the fundamentals go up, the price eventually has to catch up. Same with Bajaj Finance. The fundamentals went up 4 times. Now the price is catching up. This also will happen the same thing. Now, the third company, slightly uncorrelated, will be a company called SRF. Okay, this is in the chemical space, and please stay alive with the video because I'm going to show you two bonus companies as well. One is a special situation, and one is a massive capex play. I'm going to show you both after this. So, I also believe SRF is a chemical player. SRF should do really well again, mainly because if you look at the chemical space right now, they had gone through a long period of non-performance after COVID, right? And now they are coming back into this. See this exact same scenario like Bajaj Finance. This is a very fast growing company. If you look at the last 10 years CAGR, it is very similar to Bajaj Finance at 32%, right? Even the last 5 years, 41%. And this is after a time correction. This is after a time correction of the same period from 2021 to 2025. It has given 32%. Imagine without the time correction, it would have been much faster. But that never happens, right? The market will never go up, 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 up. It'll go up, relax for a bit, come back down. And if you look at the PE ratio, now it's gone up to its all-time high. Again, this is whatever I'm showing you right now is not a price-based investment. Please don't look at it from an investment perspective. These companies are at a premium. They are slightly overvalued even in this fallen market. But if you look at this company right now, the company's growth definitely stalled because the entire chemical sector was doing well. But now if you see the initial signs and the early data of chemical space, you will see that they have all started recovering, and India is now putting a lot of anti-dumping duties on a lot of sectors that China was dumping as well, right? Recently I saw that for the pipe sector they've given some relief for PVC because the price was being dumped like crazy. And if you look at the DII FII holding, you will see that the holding has definitely increased quite a bit, and the public holding has gone down by almost 3% from the last few years, even in fact gone down almost 7% in the last few years. So it is going to be a promoter DII FII held company, and a lot of DIIs have picked up stake in SRF as well. So I believe this company will, and it has also given a multi-year breakout. So now the multi-year breakout has happened. Now it will start moving slowly over time, and it will start doing really well. This is what my objective is. Right now, let's look at two special situation players. First such special situation player that I want to talk to you about, and I'll do this very quick, is a capex player called Loris. Now, Loris is a very controversial company. It did well in the past, then didn't do well, then did well again. Don't look at the P ratio. Price to sales is what people usually look at, and also the capex that is being funded right now. So, Loris has done really well, and let me just show you a small idea of what has happened in the past, right? So they have shifted from ARV to CDMO, and if you look at the recent CDMO performance, they have done extremely well. ARV was not doing well. Even the whole US aid stopping the HIV, aid that was happening, all of that affected their sales. But now they're moving into CDMO, so there's a transition play going on with Lotus Labs, right? Now CDMO growth will be aggressive for Lotus because they're working with molecules, and if you see that a lot of CDMO companies have started doing really well. Now people are talking about Syngene, people are talking about Blue Jet. Lotus is like the underdog that is playing out here. Again, there have been instances in the past where it is a very controversial company, but I feel that there is a slight chance of doing well for the next 4 quarters at least. I'm not worried about the further stuff, only 4 quarters. Depreciation is also creating a deception in the balance sheet because new capex is hitting the PNL, and the numbers over time will slowly come up, and then the PAT will start looking better. Promoter had pledged holdings to buy more. Chavas increased his stake before Q3 and Q4. Something might be happening, and 72% of the 3,000 crore capex was recently added for CDMO and API, right? So this company is again looking very attractive, right? It is in an upward trajectory. In the last 1 year, it has been moving up slowly. It is very close to its all-time high breakout. Not all-time high breakout, it's recent breakout, because I think all-time high in the past it was much higher. Yes, it was at 700. But a lot of people are very bullish on this, and you can see it is in an upward trajectory, but it has not played out yet. It is slowly playing out, right? So we are all wait and watch on this company. So that is something that you should definitely look at from a capex play. If you ask me, this should do really well in the next 4 quarters. Now coming to another sector that is doing really well is the gold finance companies. Now we all know that Muthoot Finance is one of the biggest gold finance companies, but if you look at Manappuram Finance, recently there is a special situation happening here. Now that is why I'm looking at this company right now. It's only because of a special situation play. Bain Capital, one of the largest P firms in the world, is coming to pick up 40% or 45% stake in this company, and promoter will have around 25% stake, and the rest will be with the public DIs and FIs, right? Now, if you look at this company, it is supremely undervalued with respect to its market leader, which is Muthoot Finance. So all I have to do is, if I have to show you now, please understand, I'll tell you another thing as well. Undervalued does not mean it is good. Okay, undervalued also means there might be something wrong with the company. But let me just show you in perspective. Muthoot is sitting at 94,000 crores, and this is sitting at 20,000 crores, means 5x lower. But if I look at it from every angle, P ratio is lower, half times. If I look at price to book, it is lower by half times, right? Everything is pretty much low. But if I go and look at the profit and loss statement, you will see that Muthoot and Manappuram are almost in similar in terms of sales, right? 8,000 crores to 12,000 crores. And the growth rate of Manappuram has been phenomenal. Muthoot also has grown 3x in a long time, but Manappuram, because of the lower base, has grown much faster, right? Only problem here is in the operating profit margin. As you can see, Manappuram operates at 68%, whereas Muthoot operates at 80%. So Muthoot obviously is a premium, and that is why it is trading at a premium, mainly because they have operated very well in the past. But a premium of 5 times over Manappuram is weird, right? So either Manappuram is undervalued and Muthoot is overvalued. One of the two is not adding up. The numbers are not making sense because the sales are pretty much close by, right? Even if I look at the operating profit, it's half of this, but the valuation is one fifth. Same with net profit, half net profit, valuation one fifth. Definitely, I'm not saying Manappuram is better than Muthoot, because Muthoot is surely better than Manappuram in a lot of factors. Manappuram got into microfinancing, they did not do well. Manappuram's GNPA and NNPA are not quite good. A lot of issues are there with Manappuram, but what people are very bullish and positive on is now, because Bain Capital is coming in, there might be a turnaround play happening here, and the margin of safety becomes very beautiful over here, mainly because, and small cap fund also recently took stake. And this is a very interesting company which I think I should make a separate video on, the small cap world fund. They've taken some very interesting bets. And what is happening in this company is, if this new promoter Bain Capital comes in, they might change the entire trajectory of the company and give a proper fight to Muthoot Finance as well. So that is why, if you look at it from a risk reward perspective, this looks very interesting. Given an all-time high breakout, volumes are increasing, and the risk reward ratio looks attractive. But again, the gold price today is sitting at an all-time high. That is a big worry for me. I feel there is a small correction that might come, not a deep correction, but a small correction that might come with the gold prices as well. So I don't know how that will play out as well. So these are my 3+2 bonus picks. Again, they are supremely overvalued in many cases, right? But I feel in the next 4 quarters, these are the companies that should give decent amount of wealth. I'm not looking at 100%, 200% wealth. I'm saying at least 17 to 20% should be achievable in at least one or two of these companies. Again, I'm not invested in these companies. The only company that I have invested in is Bajaj Holdings, but that is a long-term investment kind of a game, right? Awesome. This is me, Shashank Udupa, signing off. I hope you guys liked this video and enjoyed this video. If you do, none of you guys click on that like button, so please do that, and click on that subscribe button as well. And in the comment section below, please put your thoughts, whatever your thoughts are about this video. And if you want more knowledge, more information, you can join the YouTube community, where I put commentary every single week about the markets, right? This is me, Shashank Gurpa, signing off. Take care. See you guys. Bye bye.